I don't know why I'm recording this. Maybe it's for proof, or maybe I just need to hear my own voice, something familiar, something sane. Because if what I saw, what I heard, what I felt in that house is real, then nothing is as it seems. Not this town. Not this world. And certainly not me. It started with a letter. Plain envelope. No return address. Inside was a typed note, unsigned. To Thomas Grady. You have inherited the estate of Edwin Grady, your uncle. Proceed to the property within 30 days or it will be seized by the county. I barely remembered him. My mother's older brother. Always odd, quiet. Family reunions, he'd sit in the corner, never speaking unless spoken to, and even then, his answers were clipped, like talking hurt him. He didn't even come to Mom's funeral 5 years ago. But here I was, 2 weeks later, parked in front of the house he left me. A farmhouse, if you could call it that. At least 100 years old. 2 stories. Weather-beaten siding, roof missing a few shingles. The porch creaked before I even stepped on it. I expected the door to be locked, but the knob turned easily. Inside was dark, musty, but not abandoned. Furniture sat under sheets, dusty but intact. Bookshelves lined with old tomes. Walls yellowed with age and cigarette smoke. I set my bags down and started looking around. Then I saw the note. It was pinned to the mantel above the fireplace. In neat, delicate handwriting. Thomas. Whatever you hear under the floor, ignore it. Do not open the hatch. Do not speak to it. And above all, do not believe it. I laughed out loud at first. Thought it was some eccentric joke. Edwin the hermit, trolling me from beyond the grave. But I didn't laugh that night. Not when I heard it. Scratching. From under the floorboards. Not rats. Not mice. It was too slow. Deliberate. Almost, patterned. Like fingers. I froze in bed, blanket pulled to my chin like I was 5 years old again. My ears strained against the silence, trying to dismiss it. The old house settling. That's all it was. But then it stopped. And I heard something else. A breath. Close. Directly under me. A long inhale, then a trembling exhale, as if someone was lying beneath the floor, mirroring my posture, just inches away, separated only by old, creaky wood. I didn't sleep that night. Morning brought light, warmth, a fragile sense of safety. I checked under the bed. Nothing. No hatch, no vent. But then I noticed something odd in the hallway. The rug. Long, old, Persian style. A slight bump near one end. I pulled it back. There it was. A square hatch. Wood, iron ring in the center. Locked with a thick padlock. I stared at it for a long time. That night, the breathing came back. Then a voice. It didn't speak English, not exactly. It whispered syllables, fractured sounds that tugged at memory, like echoes of childhood nightmares. But the tone, it knew me. It said my name. Over and over. Thuz, let me in. I'm so cold down here. I started leaving the house during the day. Driving into the nearest town, Morris Hollow. Tiny place. One gas station, one diner, a library no bigger than a garage. The locals were friendly. Too friendly. Stared a little too long. Smiled a little too wide. One old man, must have been 90, shuffled up to me outside the diner. "You're Edwin's boy?" he asked, blinking. "Nephew," I said. "Heard he died," he murmured. "He shouldn't have stayed after what he did." I asked what he meant, but he just wandered off. Back at the house, I found Edwin's journal. Hidden behind loose boards in the study. The first few entries were mundane. Gardening. Letters never sent. Memories of my mother. Then came the last dozen pages. Shaky handwriting. Rambling. Obsessive. He wrote about a presence under the house. Something he called the hollow. A voice that started as a whisper, then became a companion. Then a tormentor. He believed it had been there since before the house was built. That settlers dug too deep, or disturbed something meant to remain buried. He said it needed a host. That it had chosen him once. But he resisted. Until now. And then he wrote the final line. If you're reading this, it's your turn. That night I boarded the hatch shut. Nailed it down. Piled furniture on top. Then I left. Slept in the car at a rest stop 10 miles away. But when I woke up, I was in the house again. In my bed. The rug rolled neatly back into place. And the furniture I'd used to block the hatch? Arranged in its original positions, dust-free. The whispering returned. But louder now. No longer afraid. It said things it shouldn't know. Memories from my childhood. Secrets I'd never told anyone. I tried to leave again. Got in my car, drove west. My GPS glitched, then reset. The highway looped endlessly. After 30 minutes, I saw the sign. Welcome to Morris Hollow. It wouldn't let me leave. I screamed. Cried. Pounded the steering wheel until my hands bled. I decided to burn the house. Doused it in gasoline. Lit a match. Flames roared, then sputtered out. The gasoline evaporated like water. The house stood untouched. That night, the whispers became screams. Children's voices. Pleading. Let us out, Tommy, we're so scared, why won't you help us? And then, my mother's voice. Tommy, it's me, let me up. But I remembered. I remembered her voice. And that wasn't it. I stayed up all night, pacing. Reciting facts. Grounding myself. My name is Thomas Grady. I am 34 years old. I do not believe in ghosts. I do not believe in monsters. But I couldn't ignore the sound of nails scraping wood beneath my feet. I confronted the hatch the next morning. Unlocked it. Lifted it. Beneath was a staircase. Descending into pitch black. I brought a flashlight. Took the first step. Then the next. The air was cold. Wet. The walls narrow. Made of stone, not dirt. The staircase spiraled down far deeper than the house's foundation should allow. At the bottom, I found, lit by lanterns that should have burned out decades ago. The walls were lined with shelves. On the shelves, jars. In the jars, faces. Not real ones. Molded. Wax-like. But too detailed. Each one frozen in an expression of fear or agony. Children. Adults. Some looked like me. In the center of the chamber, a well. Dry. Cracked stone. Runes carved into the rim. And standing by it. Edwin. Alive. Or something wearing his shape. Tommy, he whispered. It's your turn. I ran. Didn't stop until I collapsed upstairs. When I woke, my journal entries were rearranged. Written in someone else's hand. It documented everything I had done, perfectly. As if something had been watching. I tried to record it. Video. Audio. But the devices malfunctioned. Playback was just static. Then, the dreams started. I'd be in a room with no doors. No windows. Just the sound of children crying. Digging. Clawing. trying to reach me. Every night I dreamed of the hatch. Of opening it. Of descending into the dark. And every morning I woke with soil beneath my fingernails. I'm losing time. Days go by in a blink. Sometimes I'll find myself standing by the hatch, no memory of how I got there. Once, I woke up beneath the floor. In the crawlspace. Face inches from the wood. There was something next to me. Breathing. Now, when I look in the mirror, I see something behind my eyes. Watching. Waiting. I think, it's learning. It's copying me. Preparing. I hear it at night. Practicing my voice. Mimicking my laugh. Repeating my thoughts. I smashed every mirror in the house. But still, I feel it. Inside me. The townsfolk won't help. The sheriff laughed in my face. The librarian handed me an old book of local folklore. One passage stood out. In Morris Hollow, they say the ground remembers. That those buried improperly, or unjustly, do not sleep. They become hollow. Their voices echo in the minds of the living, seeking flesh. Seeking freedom. Last night, the whisper said something new. You're already under the floor, Tommy. You just haven't realized it yet. I don't know what that means. But I haven't seen the sun in 3 days. I step outside, but the sky is always gray. The air, unmoving. Like time is stuck. Or I am. The journal is full now. But not in my handwriting. It keeps writing. Page after page. Stories that haven't happened yet. Stories about me. Today's entry ended with, he finally opened the hatch. And they welcomed him home. I don't remember doing that. But my hands are dirty. Nails broken. And the hatch is open. I hear them now. Not just from below. From behind the walls. The ceiling. The mirror shards. They're in everything. Watching. Whispering. They've learned my voice. If you find this recording, don't come for me. Don't enter the house. Don't listen to the voice under the floor. Because it isn't trapped. It's waiting. And it's hungry. If that story gave you chills, hit the like button, share it with someone who loves horror, and subscribe for more terrifying tales. There are even more creepy stories waiting for you on the channel, if you dare.